take your seats and keep the eyes free for quick departure. Thank you.
Until many years ago, before we moved to Visakhapatnam, the city was a waiting dream, a beautiful far-off place I held on to with all my heart. My holidays would bring me there, where friends and cricket awaited like open arms, along with my brothers. They will likely frown at being mentioned in the end, after friends and cricket, but I'm used to their teasing by now. My aunt and family lived near the beach, and not far from their home was a tiny shop. It stood between the restless beach and the road running parallel to it, as if caught in the act of observing both of them. This quiet shop sold samosas, a dish beloved by my brothers and me. But what made it memorable wasn't the samosa itself. No, it was the sweet sauce. Ask for extra sauce. My brother would nudge before I walked to the shop. They never give extra, I would remind him. Try, he would insist. On the rare, charmed day, the boy behind the counter would relent, pouring an extra ounce of the delicious liquid gold. But most times, my request would dissolve into the air, unheeded, leaving us to make do with what little we had. Even now, every time I sit down with a samosa, that sauce from years ago hovers in my memory like a half-forgotten tune from an old favorite song. Its taste has become a chase, a shadow of a flavor that refuses to return, no matter how many samosas I try. Now, dear friend, you might wonder why I'm sharing this small, ordinary tale with you. It is because some memories, like wildflowers, bloom unexpectedly in the present. I was traveling, this time not alone. My brother was with me, the same one who would ask for extra sauce with unwavering hope. We were bound for Bangalore, I to work for a week and he to explore the city. After parting ways with him at the airport, I was taken over by a sharp and insistent hunger. So getting off the bus, I rushed into a roadside bakery and asked without thought, "Do you have samosas?" They did. The first bite was warm. The second, though, that had a tiny spoon of sauce sprinkled on it, carried something unexpected. A taste I knew, a taste I had been chasing for years. The sauce, it was the same. And soon, my friend, there, in that roadside bakery, the past unfolded into the present. Spoon after spoon of the sauce poured onto my plate, and with each bite, I savored not just the dish, but the laughter of my friends, the decades-old, salt-laden breeze of Visakhapatnam, and the echoes of my childhood. Perhaps the gods knew we mortals yearned to relive pieces of our past. Perhaps that's why they placed such keys to memory in the mundane, in flavors, scents, and in the tunes of music, which are all enabled to take us back in time. Isn't that some impressive work by them? Well done, gods. Earlier, while I was still on the way to the airport, I resumed the poetry collection to find these words. We might be surer where we wish to go, or again we might be merely bored. But in brute reality, there is no road that is right entirely. These are words and verses of Louis MacNeice, and they stayed with me as I traveled, lingering like a question, especially the last verse. No road, entirely right. Maybe because there are always others, quieter, softer, tempting us with their possibilities. Or perhaps it is the unplanned roads and stops, winding and uncertain, that lead us to treasures like a long lost sauce in a bakery. Sometime between taking the bus and quenching my hunger with all of these delicious dishes, two other moments found me. But those moments, a photograph and a kind slice of biscuit, are stories for another day. Perhaps they too hold their own flavors of memory waiting to unfold. And isn't it sweet, I rediscovered the taste of forgotten sauce right after my brother had come back home from a far off country. I hope to hear from you soon. Your friend, Brooding Brook.